Hello everyone. So as a few of you have seen, I've been doing a bit of acrylic pouring, trying new things. So today I thought I'd share one of my ocean swipes. I've only been doing this for about a week and a half, so I'm sure, there are things I'm doing wrong and I'm in the learning process, but I'm also having a blast while learning. So anyways, this is a bloom technique. It's a consistency of 3 different things. So you've got your pillow, you've got your pouring medium, and then you've got a cell activator. The pillow is basically just a basic wall house paint, low sheen. Then your pouring medium is a mixture of another kind of house paint, non-tinted though, just neutral gloss, and a Sonja varnish. You mix those two together. I've been sort of doing a 3-to-1 with that, and then adding my paint in, stirring, and trying to get to the right consistency. And you can add just about anything really. So I'm going to do this as an ocean theme today. And so I'm just laying down my colors. As you can see, I've got a dark blue, my light blue, and a turquoise. And then I've also will be adding a brown and a gold. Okay, so I'm just trying to show you the colors and how it's flowing off my stick. Looking back now and after using the colors, I think I was slightly too thick. Still trying to learn what is the right thickness. You don't want it too thin, but you don't want it too thick either. But I think I was just slightly too thick. But it still worked in the end, but it probably could have worked better. Anyway, so here I'm just laying colors down in how I think when I do my swipe, it'll pop up from underneath. Now, the pouring medium, that I mentioned that. And then you've got a cell activator. There is no silicone used in these at all. The cell activator is strictly just floetrol, Australian floetrol, and a color, a paint. So I think I've used the Sonja's titanium white. I have got an Amsterdam white. They recommend that, but I hadn't had it yet, but I've only just got it in the mail. So I'm just trying to use up what I have in stock at the moment, and then I will do an Amsterdam mix. And again, that's about I think about a 2-to-1 ratio. Floetrol to paint. You don't want it too thin, but you don't want it too thick. So here's the cell activator. It's the white. I have added a bit more white to it because it was thin. And I'm adding it here onto my paddle stick. All right. I probably put a little bit too much on there. Anyway, just spreading it out. So when I do the swipe, I've got good coverage on that paddle. I think I've just put a little bit back in the container there. Now what I should have done is done the whole area, but I've only done part of it. So I will come back and do the bottom part, which did smudge up that center bit, but it still worked out. I'm just watching. Yeah, it is getting some nice lacing and cells popping up, which is really good. And I've just spread out the remainder of what was on my paddle because I had lots on, and I've gone over the brown. And as you can see, you get really, really good lacing and cell straight away. I love the swipe for that reason. The actual bloom blow is so much harder, and I have to practice my blow. I get too heavy or I go too light, but it is a learning process, and I will hopefully do a demo of that too. But for most of it, you look at the back of my head. But anyways, it still will give you an idea. All right, so I'm just having a look here. And I think I'm mixing up a bit of black cell activator at the moment because I wanted to add the white and the black together, as I'm going to add in some more blues at the top there. And I wanted a bit of black because the black grabs onto the cells and enhances them more, so you'll see that in a second. So again, when I was saying with the three different consistencies, so your pillow needs to be the thickest, then your pouring medium, and then cell activator. And they all should be, pillow the heaviest, pouring medium the next lightest, and then cell activator quite thin or thinner. And they all just sort of layer on top of that pillow. So you don't want it sinking down into the pillow, you just want it to sit on top, which is doing really well. I highly recommend, if you want to try to learn this, that you get the ShellArts course. She has loads of videos and knowledge and guides you through the best ways to do it. She shows you how to stir things, what's the right consistencies, and it's definitely worth the money. I had initially been trying to do it another way, but I ended up getting the course and I learned a lot more and I've had better luck since. So there, I've added my black and just a little bit heavy on the one end, so I'm just trying to spread that out, but it didn't quite go to plan. I'm not too concerned. I will be able to tilt most of that off and stretch it out to fix it. I'm just going to do that now, picking it up. I'm going to try to get it to go to the edges and get rid of some of the areas I don't like. And to start stretching out those colors and the cells. Sorry if it goes a little bit off camera. It's hard to get everything in the camera. I don't have the best... what do you call it? I don't know. Anyways, I'm still learning how to work the camera and get angles and stay centered. There, that looks a bit better. I'm a lot happier with that now. But now I'm like, I've got a pile of paint on the bottom there, so I'm going to go look for a cup and stick that board on a couple of cups and recenter my paper, which has slipped off. There we go. All right, so what are we going to do next? I think I'm going to do the spin, and that just helps stretch out some of the cells and also gets rid of some excess paint. Now here I had so much paint on my board that when I spun it, a lot of it was going on the floor, so I had to recenter that onto the table. And I will next time put it on my bigger table because this one just isn't quite wide enough. So anyway, spinning it around, seeing what it's going to do, how the cells are going to come up and spread. Go the other way, do the same thing, get it off the other side. Having a look. All right, so now I'm just going to try to get it down to the end of that gray, to the closer to the edge, and stretching out to see how far I can stretch it. But I think in the end I decided that I needed to add again some more color, so I'll do that shortly. Again, sorry, not getting that on the screen, but I'm just tilting and removing excess paint and trying to get the blues and the browns to go closer to the outer edges. If you leave the paint too thick on your board, it just won't dry or it'll crack. And that is always a worry when you're doing these kind of things. If you have too much paint. Don't mind my dog. There's a lot of people out walking and she gets a bit upset. There's one dog in particular she doesn't like. All right. So, sitting it down, swiping up my hands. They're quite covered in paint here. Giving it another little spin. Just to get my balance out the paint. Because sometimes it can get a bit heavy in one end and not in the other. So that just helps to level it out again. All right, so yep, I'm gonna add a bit more gold here and brown to that bottom bit so I don't overstretch those colors. And again, I will add a bit more blue at the top. And just do another swipe over that area. And not hopefully ruin the other part, which can happen sometimes. But it's all about learning and trying new things. Sometimes you get a happy surprise. Sometimes it just doesn't work. All right, so here, I didn't put as much white on there this time. And go the other way. And yep, got some really good cells popping up again. Probably could have had a bit more of my pouring medium colors on there. And here we're going to add some more blue. I'm going to add some more dark blue and a bit more of the light blue. This swipe, when I did it, didn't quite go to plan. I don't think I had enough pillow. I might have overstretched it on this end, but it worked enough. And when I did end up tilting some more, I got it to, you know, where I was reasonably happy with it. All right, so again, I think I'm going to do the black and the white just to keep that the same at the top. Okay, here we go. You can sort of see the shadow there. I'm just getting some stuff on my paddle. And I put way too much on. Didn't need that much at all for that little tiny section. I think I ended up only using half of it and had to throw out the rest. But anyway. Alright, so I did that. Didn't quite get the cells popping up as much as I liked, so I think I'm going to grab my straw next and try to see, because there's quite a bit of cell activator on the top, and if I use the straw, it'll help push the cell activator down onto the colors and encourage some more cells. So I'm just giving that a bit of a blow all over. It's just a little bit out of camera shot there, but that's basically what I'm doing, just giving that a blow with the straw to see if I can encourage some more cells to come up. Which I did, I got some, but just didn't quite get the effect I was after hoping for. But always in a learning process, trying things out. So yeah, that corner, yeah, didn't really like it, so I'm going to tilt it and get some of that off. Alright, so thought I'd try a spin first, but that really didn't shift it too much at all. Try again, maybe a little harder. It does help push a little bit off, but I think that I ended up tilting it. And of course, I always go the other way just to help balance things out. My puppy's getting very excited because it's just about walkie time. You can hear her in the background. All right, I'm going to, so here I'm just tilting to get some of that very end off. I didn't like it, it wasn't working. So I'll just get most of that drip off and the black. And it actually created quite an interesting effect at the top, which I didn't mind. Just for extra added interest and something different. And then again, just stretching out my bottom. Alright, so I'm just going to let you watch the rest of this. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'll do a bit more spinning and probably a bit more tilting. I think I go in and add a little bit of some gold lines just because. And I hope you like the end result.